This is already your light, so your heart already behind. I have a lamp there.
Okay.
So your heart is choosing the node, and the node is choosing the light.
Sure.
So your heart defines this. This is all medical data about sympathicus, parasympathicus, and so on. I just want to have a look here. You have a great calm pulse. It's good. Do a lot of sports.
I'm very fit.
That's you're
I
very
like
good.
to think so anyway.
That's very good. Very good. Even knowing nothing about you, if I see all this data, it's awesome.
Cool.
I can just envy you right away. I got too much. So that's nice. So I see here your heart, beautiful, big, strong heart.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do about that you're a good or bad person.
Sure.
It has to do that you are very, let's say, you can be very good present. That's a very good talent, and also that you do a lot of sports, and that it's a huge high energy. It's amazing. This is your heartbeat. When you focus, and I tell you this and this, and you think your variability will decrease.
Mm-hmm.
But even if your variability decreases, it's still more open than a stressed manager who has 5 days Zen meditation.
Sure.
Because he has trained his heart so in the bad way, in focus, because the heart is a muscle. And the heart doesn't judge. So now you're very focused what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're very there.
Yeah, right.
Completely.
Yeah,
the moment you laugh and you say, I don't care what he's saying, or you breathe deep, it will open right away.
Yeah,
Yes?
that's interesting, isn't
But
it?
if I say, Adrian, open your heart, you will close it. Because you will try to force, the thinker tries with his thought to become enlightened. What a nonsense. The thinker says to the thought, stop thinking. That's the concept.
Wow, that's incredible.
In disciplining, that's what they try when they meditate 40 years and say, a Buddhist monk told me after 50 years of meditation I can control my thought. And I just said, I was almost crying laughing.
Yeah.
Such a nonsense.
He's got
Because
the
he
wrong
is
end of the
this
stick.
fat and because he has 50 nice pictures with the Holy Dalai Lama,
Yeah.
I just thought, what a nonsense.
Sure.
You are a sad old guy who had not had fun in the last 50 years.
Yeah.
And then I gave a lecture, I tell this so many times. And then there was a beautiful young lady. And I said, who wants to be connected? And she said, me. And I put her on stage. She lifted her shirt a little bit too much. And maybe he saw the first time in his life beauty, or for a long time at least. And he could not look in her eyes for 3 days. Was the only guy who did not connect from all the others. Everybody else wanted to get connected. He called me the crazy scientist. And he tries, and he said in his lectures, before my lectures, now he can control his thought by meditation.
Right, okay.
And all the other, wow, what a great guru, I want to become this. I just think, what a poor guy, this is a guy. Because he sees this beautiful girl, and all his being, he's suffering the most.
Sure. You can't connect.
I have fun, see what I tell her what beautiful she is. He cannot look anymore over there. Because his concept is broken, whatever.
That's putting it into like in scientific terms, and you're actually quantifying how having an open heart really allows you to connect with other people. And a lot of people understand it as a concept, but you're actually showing it as a scientific proven fact.
But now what very important is to say is that you can also be, of course, I have Sufis, shamans or Sufi gurus or whatever, connected, and they also have very small hearts, because, but not that because they're bad or good, but maybe because they were so worried, or because they had such a hard life.
Sure.
The thing is like this, it doesn't, this says you are physically very fit, now you're very focused here, it's very nice to see. But the thing is like this, that imagine the heart, for me the heart is just a mirror. If you see an attractive lady, it makes boom, boom, boom. If you get an invoice you haven't expected, it makes boom, boom, boom. And if you, breathe 10 times deep, it slows down. If you make cardio, a lot of things, it reacts. And when you, of course, focusing all your life because you're worried about your kids or the health or the economics and the bills and the debt and whatever you have, you train your heart to be closed. Yes? Because you're always in focus, and you train your heart to narrow down, like a bodybuilder. And the worst heart rate variability in sports have the bodybuilders and the weightlifters.
Right, okay,
Yes.
sure.
Because what are they doing? They're just contracting all the time.
Yeah.
When I go, I love to go to the gym. What I'm doing, I take the smallest weight and I'm just stretching.
Right.
Before, when I was younger, I always wanted in the jump because I also wanted to look like the strongest guy, you know?
Yeah.
How many kilos, and just how stupid. Now I do just the other thing. I enjoy it, but it doesn't matter.
Sure.
And But I love to go to the gym to celebrate my body. That's beautiful.
Yeah, definitely.
How to say? And what I want to say is that you train your heart to be closed. And when it gets too closed, this is your variability. I show you now from a doctor I had here in my office. He was a heart specialist. And I have samples here. He's a heart specialist, and this is his variability. When I showed him what I was doing, he stood up and left.
Wow. Is it the same ratio as mine?
That's exactly the same, 600, 600.
You're kidding.
No, no. And you see here the data. This is terrible. When this guy, I say just always for fun, he is completely stuck. If he has a nice pulse, he has a nice calm pulse of 66. Of course, now you have a more calm pulse, you have amazing pulse, but this is, how to say, if he maybe is completely healthy, yes, everything is fine.
Yeah.
But maybe there comes a flu, or he has a nice night with his, I don't know where he has, maybe he has a heart attack, because he is so rigid, and then the storms comes, he breaks.
Right, okay, he's not flexible enough to withstand resistance.
Exactly, and if you have a big variability, I could say, okay, now you have to run 50 kilometers, maybe you break down after 40, but after a handful of sleep, you will stand up. He won't stand up anymore.
Right.
Yes. So this is the variability, and you see, of course, all the sympathetic and parasympathetic and all this. This is what I'm teaching the people. But that's all the medical part. Now let's go back. What I'm doing, this is. Now we are also focusing on this, but this is actually not so important.
Right.
For me, more important is, that's why I take this, because people don't understand that, is that you listen to your beauty. Because also this guy is beautiful.
Sure.
Because his heart is beautiful.
Sure.
Even from the worst terrorist and worst dictator, they have all a beautiful heart.
Yep.
What they have is stupid in their head.
Yeah.
I always say we humans differ only in the level of stupidity. That's where we differ.
Sure.
Not in the heart, because the heart doesn't judge. If the heart would judge by the dictator, I don't know, whoever we will choose, if the heart would judge, it would say, by this idiot I don't beat anymore.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It still tries to keep his host alive, because the livingness is always in the heart, always new.
Sure.
And if I translate also his frequency, also he will start to open.
Yeah.
Even in this case, his mind wouldn't let it, because he couldn't accept it, and then he left. And I said, okay, then you go.
That's a shame, isn't it? But
yeah, but
that's his thing.
I cannot. I don't know to convince him. If he's inspired, that's fine. But also, he's beautiful. Right. And when I see that he opens, I can show you here a nice file from a friend.
That sound, I've never heard anything like that before. To understand that that's part of me and that sound is me.
Can you play it a little bit more, because the battery is low right now?
Okay. It's alright. Stop it. Harps. Let's do something else, because you have a beautiful variability. Let's make it a little bit more difficult. I become just a conductor. I just try to listen. How do I like you with the harp and with the violin and back and forward. And the moment you touch me, where I say, "Well, this is," now you're playing violins and the viola.
That's an amazing feeling to hear that. It's really quite emotional. What do you think, Marie?
So that's, but you can do, I can connect 2 people.
Okay.
But I show you a little bit how it works because I love the technique.
Sure.
Let's take some funny thing. Shaman, let's take 8 now. For example, I don't have it in this computer. Doesn't matter. So yeah, actually this is funny. This is a combined didgeridoo from Australia with wrist jingles from India. And
Please
I had
do.
so much fun.
Love the didgeridoo.
These are tablas. You know tablas from India?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
There you go, Ross, Daniel, Kelvin, check that out. That's my heart playing the didgeridoo.
And here I show you how it works. Here you see the instruments, and here you see how your heart plays. These are all the instruments here, and here's the didgeridoo, and here is how you play the that's how your heart is playing just now, in this frequency range translated to the didgeridoo.
This is an incredible program.
Yeah, that's, I know. And this is, if I want to change it, and I say I don't know, I want to have some more, I can go here, maybe give you what didgeridoo I have here. I have didgeridoo now on channel 5. Let's give you another didgeridoo. And I put this channel 3. Now you have 2 didgeridoos.
It's incredible.
And I can change all this, and and you can connect and play this. The most important thing is that I want to show you your beauty. Of course,
Sure.
I don't want to make only entertainment. Of course, it's fun, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's heaps of fun.
But how to say? Now I'm just programming. I will now go. I just want to do this tomorrow. I will go to on the top of the mountain with different sound bowls and how it's called this. They have in Tibet this cymbal.
Right.
And different all those wind chimes, you know. And I will during sunrise make the sounds and record them. And in 1 week you can play this with your heart. Because of course I could record this sound in the basement next to my car, and I don't know, my dirty whatever, kites or whatever. But the sound reacts on the surrounding. But if I make a recording on a holy spot, on a healing spot during sunrise, I have another sound as when I sit here in a bad mood and just blow the whistle.
Sure.
And I of course want to reflect the beauty, so you can. And the beauty is that the next months, and I will now I will get more and more partners, people want to work with me, because you can take Indian and Chinese and Japanese and all different kind of pentatonics, which means intervals, not just the piano, the temporated. You can take so many nice things. And, oh, that's islands, okay. Let's take the other. Yeah, this is in the last 2 years I just spent programming and organizing and developing and paying all the stuff off. But now everything starts to run, it's so nice, and I get so beautiful feedback. That's just women singing. But you know, it's your heart choosing this. Yes. Let's hear the feeling. You see, if I change this here, I change the volume. Yeah?
Right, okay.
And then I take from, let's say, the shamans.
I still can't believe that's my heart. It's hard to
well, your heart
I'm trying not to.
The heart is not the lady. The heart is just offering this.
Sure, it's like a conduit. Is that?
Imagine like this: you have the whole table. That's the most easy way to understand.
Yeah.
Imagine the whole table here is full with tuning forks.
Right.
Tuning forks, which means one tuning fork has the voice like this from the lady, the mantra from this guy, the twittering of the bird there, and the whatever over here.
Sure.
And now your frequency from your heart comes out and says, it goes through all this table, there's all the tuning forks, but there's one tuning fork it hits, it resonates with. And that's the twittering there.
Right.
And then you hear it. That's how it works. Of course your heart is not the twittering.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
and let's say now the water cave or whatever, so here's water cave sounds. Just sounds from water caves, and your heart is addressing this. Okay. It's like a biofeedback, there are a lot of biofeedback devices. But what for me very important is that I don't want to correct you or heal you or improve you with this frequency, that I want just to show you the beauty. Encounter your attention, and you see you are always new. And by your brain you just limit.
Right.
Because the brain is old conditioned tradition.
Yeah.
That's so boring.
Yeah.
But the inspiration is always new. And this is all in tune and all this kind of stuff. And the healing, I have so many beautiful feedbacks. People just burn out after 3-4 treatments, go back to work. Amazing. And you know, burnout comes from the brain. We simply, literally burn out. What should we do? And we cannot solve this by going to a shrink, or the same by couple therapy. I'm not a big fan of couple therapy, because then I go there and yeah, my wife is so stupid and he is such a nerd, and we start to discuss and find the solutions. That's not how we found each other.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I always say in my lectures, now I'm married 16 years, now 10 years, that's wrong, 16 years together. Then we could be 1,000 arguments, but if I imagine that my wife has not 2 heartbeats in her life which are the same, I have every second a new wife. And what separates me, because of course I resonate with everybody, and that's what we think, my, me, I, and more. That's the 4 worst words in our universe.
Sure.
Is I, me, myself, and more. I think so. I just make jokes, but this is always this. And my wife, and my life, and I'm not happy because of you. That's polarity, authority, dependency. It's always terrible. And I mean, there is no intuition. Intuition means 2 getting in tune, react each other, and that's when I connect 2 people.
Sure.
And I have people who had biggest fights, and they suddenly start to. You need a good therapist, of course, knowing to work with that.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, I don't want to hear your problems and her problems. I want to show you how beautiful you are.
Sure.
And suddenly, they go out like in a honeymoon.
By showing them something like this, by putting their sounds and their frequencies and their harmonics together, and they can actually understand it in a way that's not just on like a concept that's beyond them. It's they can hear it. They can really feel that. Yeah.
Exactly.
What an incredible tool to use.
They don't have to believe it.
Well, no, they don't have to. Exactly. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Yeah, and you can do.
Maybe we'll turn this up just a little bit more. Is that right? Ross, if you're watching this, mate, I'm going to get you to watch this. This is the shamanic deep chants as well. It's part of it.
Many times we don't need so many instruments, just a few, and see what happens. And if I see this is a sound which does not fit to you, and you stay closed, then I choose something else.
Yeah.
If I would entertain you, you stay closed.